Hello again. Thank you for stopping by for another video. Today, as you can see, I am making some fried cabbage. Super simple recipe. Again, an Old Faithful. It's easy. It's relatively healthy depending on what you put in it. And it's just oh so good. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, here are some of our ingredients. Well, all of the ingredients that we're going to be using. Here, I have chopped up, which I will chop this a little bit more, but I've chopped up some green and Napa cabbage. If you don't like the Napa cabbage, you can leave that out, but I just like a little bit of Napa cabbage mixed in. I've also diced up a poblano pepper, a red pepper, and a white onion. So it should be, I would say, about half of each, but just do it to taste. It really depends on how much you are using in your dish or how much cabbage you're using. So I usually, it's about a half of a red pepper, a half of an onion, and it is pretty much a whole poblano pepper. You can also use green pepper, but poblano peppers give a little extra kick that I like. Here I've diced up about 5 pieces of thick smoked bacon. As you can see, they're diced into like a half, an inch length, and that's what you'll need to season your cabbage. And for some of my seasonings, you can, use your seasonings of choice, your favorites. I'm using some black pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of celery seed, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. You can also use any seasoning salt of your choice. A little bit of red pepper flakes because I like a little kick. And then here is just an extra ingredient that is preference, a little bit of sugar. So I just put that in there to taste. It's so good, but be careful with the sugar if you choose to add it. You don't have to. It's good without it. One thing that I don't have pictured here is some minced garlic, but you will see that when I add these things to the pot. Okay, so here in this step, after we have heated up a pan, you do not need to add any additional oil to it. You just add in all of your bacon. That's going to be what we will actually use to saute our vegetables. So as you can see, I'm just stirring around the bacon, allowing it to sweat into the pan or the pot, whatever you're using. I am actually using the pot. So this is the pot that I'm going to cook the cabbage in. So I'm just stirring it around, allowing some of those oils to saturate into the pot so that I can then add in my veggies, and we will saute them in that bacon fat, and it is going to be so delicious. So at this point, we are adding in our vegetables. We have allowed the bacon to cook down, forming a oil that we can use to saute our vegetables. If you don't have a lot of oil in there, don't worry. The vegetables, once they start to break down, they also have water in them, so they will saute. Do not worry. As long as you have the meat in there, some sort of fat producing meat, it will saute the vegetables down. As you'll see, I also went ahead and added in some of that, all of the minced garlic that I'm going to be using, about a tablespoon, but you can add just as much to taste. I love garlic, so I always put a heaping amount in there. Now into the pot, we need to go ahead and add in our cabbage. So you're going to add in just enough to fill the pot. You do not need to add in any liquids because cabbage will break down, and when it does, it will make its own liquid. So we're just going to add in our cabbage that we've chopped up until it fills the pot. Here you'll see that as I start to allow the cabbage to break down, that will actually happen if you cover the pot. I just adding more seasoning, adding more cabbage, and you just continue to layer the cabbage, allow it to cook down, add more, allow it to cook down, and you can do that by covering the pot. That'll help the cabbage kind of break down, and it'll make more room for you to add more cabbage, and you do that until you're done. So here you'll see me just adding in additional cabbage. This is just showing you that process of layering the cabbage. Once it cooks down, add in more seasoning. And what you can do also is, take your spoon and move the cabbage over. Look at the juice that's producing. It should be a medium brown color, and that's where your flavor is. If you're cooking with me, yours should start to look like this after being broken down. Maybe about 10-15 minutes in. And depending on the texture that you like, that's a preference thing. You can stop cooking here or you can keep going. But I like mine to be cooked down a little softer than this. It doesn't look so delicious. And there you have it, delicious fried cabbage. If you enjoyed this video and like to see others like it, please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you tried the recipe. Thanks so much for watching.